This is video 1 of TellMeMore Pty Limited. The question comes from year test 2 in 2019, but it actually came from the January 2019 SAICA ITC, and the question was just adapted a bit to fit second year level. So if we first have a look at the given information, it is about a company called TellMeMore Pty Limited, which is an internet service provider whose aim it is to provide affordable access to the internet to all South African customers. TellMeMore has a 30 June reporting date. They give you information about the TellMeMore contracts. They say that TellMeMore is paperless and therefore concludes its contracts electronically with customers. After a customer has completed an order inquiry online on the TellMeMore website, a company sales representative visits the customer to assess the customer's needs and to explain all the different contract options that are available. Once the customer has decided on a specific contract option, the contract is completed, signed electronically on the representative's tablet. The contract captures all of the particulars of the customer together with the contract option that they chose. The contracts are for 12 months. Therefore, background credit checks are performed to make sure that the customer will be able to honor the terms and conditions of the contract prior to concluding the contract. Customers who sign the contract are bound by the terms and conditions, and these terms and conditions are deemed to be legally enforceable. One of the contract options that the customer has that they can choose is the TEL 1010 Plus contract option. Okay, the basic terms are as follows. It's 649 Rand per month, which is payable monthly in arrears. It's a 12-month contract, uncapped data at 10 megabits per second, download and upload speed, and it includes a router. In terms of this TEL 1010 Plus contract, TellMeMore provides the user, which is the customer, with a router. The router is a very standard type router. It is routinely sold by alternative providers as well. TellMeMore also sells these routers separately without a data contract for 1,299 Rand each. The router becomes the property of the customer when the contract is signed and thus can be used with any internet service provider. TellMeMore also offers its customers a TEL 1010 contract that is without a router for 575 Rand per month, also over 12 months. This contract is similar to the TEL 1010 Plus except for the router. They don't get a router. Customers that enter into a TEL 1010 contract without the router can use the internet service of any other router. The additional information they give you is that TellMeMore correctly concluded that there are no significant benefits of financing in the contracts with customers. If we now have a look at the required, it says, discuss the recognition of the revenue from a TEL 1010 Plus contract by TellMeMore Pty Limited in terms of the following steps of IFRS 15. So in IFRS 15, we have a 5-step revenue recognition model. We're not going to do all 5 of the steps here. They are mentioning very specific steps. So discuss the recognition of the revenue from a very specific option that the customers can choose in terms of the following steps. So let's look at step 1. Question 1. Identify the performance obligations in the contract. Again, it's very important to have a look at the note because the note limits what you need to discuss. It narrows it down. IFRS 15 is very broad. Something else you can look at is the mark allocation and therefore the time allocation as a good guideline of how much you should write. So the question is identify the performance obligations. We say here, do not discuss paragraph 35 to 40 of IFRS 15. Do not give examples from IFRS 15 of what may be included as part of the promised goods or services, and do not define readily available resource.